Next up, we have Golden Haze full version by Detious, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, artists, I want to collaborate with everybody. Members get early access. I have a whole spiel for a bunch of stuff at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's go ahead and do this. Golden Haze. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a very clear introduction of our motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. It has a little bit of delay, so that echo that you're hearing, that's delay. It's one of the two ways that you can get echo in music when you emulate it. And then we introduce a little bit of secondary melody. Let me go back a second. Let's see. So, we do this, we introduce immediately what would be a reduction. Because I think it's the same, melody. Reduction is when you play something faster in music. The opposite of reduction, of course, being elongation, when you make something slower. So, let's see where this goes, because this is really cool. And we're matching those two rhythms, we're doing different versions of the rhythm. Let's see. We introduce a hi-hat. Nice, initial rhythm. Oh, and now we have the original motif. Now we've gone from just being a simple melody to being full chords. What would be our chord progression. So chord progression is just the chords that you're playing in the order that you're playing them. Let's see where this goes. Nice. That was fun. That was a fun little break to distort and do what is called pitch bending in the music. That just, yeah, we bent this sound a little bit to make it sound a little bit silly. And now we bring in what seems to be an inverted version of the music. We bring in the full drums. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so it sounds to be we're still doing the same melody, we're just engaging in octave displacement instead. So octave displacement, when you, displace which octave any part of the melody happens in. So when you have music, you have scales, right? And let's bring in the simplest scale that there is, the C major scale. So C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. And then those are notes 1 through 7, because out of the notes that you can get, you get 7. The 8th one would be the octave, which goes back to the first note, and then it just repeats, right? So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, and all the way to C once again. So the way it happens is that each octave is going to be going up or down in sound. So we have middle C, then we have an octave lower, then we have another octave lower, and it just continues going up and down the range of your instrument. So octave displacement is the idea of taking a melody. Let's bring the super simple, right? So C, D, and E. Very, very simple, straightforward motif. And we're gonna displace the octave, which means we are still going to play C, D, and E. We're just gonna change which C, which D, or which E is gonna be played. So we can do a number of combinations. We can do C, the same C as before. We can do D down an octave, and then E a couple of octaves higher. So instead of going the first C, the first motif that we did, the original, now we're doing here, which now we've displaced the octaves. Now we're doing right now is not to that same extent. We're doing basically the final note on the phrase, or the last couple of notes on the phrase, or a note in between is being displaced. So if we were to do C, D, E, F, C, D, E, and G instead, and we were to displace that G. So first time we're gonna play it normally. G, sorry. And then the second time we're gonna displace that octave. Same note, just different octave displacement. Of course, if you want to hear a song or a full track where this just happens right off the bat, listen to Goat by Polyphia. Goat by Polyphia, the first melody you hear is the original melody, and when the guitars start playing, they're playing it in octave displacement. So, really, really cool stuff. And right now, to a less egregious extent, we're having this in the melody. Let's see where it goes. And we also changed the rhythm of the chords a little bit of silence there, very nice. Ooh. And off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being, of course, a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is a type of transition. It can be as short as a couple of beats. It can be as long as an entire section. In this case, it seems like it's going to be like a build-up section. And the purpose of it is to make your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. And how do you do that? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. Let's see where this goes. So we're slowly obfuscating the sound. Now we've brought down an octave. We brought down an octave. Let me go back a couple of seconds because we just had the build up right there, and we just brought it down in energy. We're still playing the same notes, just we brought it down to like a more quiet version. Dynamically, this is really cool. Let's see where it goes. And we bring in our first dropping of the beat. We bring the dubstep whoop whoop, and in between whoop whoopness, we bring part of those phrases that we were using from the melody. So really cool. When it comes to music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is familiar, what is new. Too much familiarity, too much of the same thing, too much repetition, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There is one universal exception for every genre out there, which is solos. You bring in a solo, you can get away with doing it. However, electronic music has an additional exception, which is dropping the beat. If you do this, as long as it sounds cool enough and it fits enough, you can get away with anything. And right now, we're introducing these somewhat new rhythms. The whoop whoopness of the dubstep bass is doing its thing, and we are in between putting bits of the melody. Let's see where it goes. Oh, very nice. Oh, a little bit of rhythmic displacement over there. We added a little bit of silence to postpone the next beats. Let's see where it goes. This is really cool. All right, catch you around, folks. Thanks for hanging out. New version of the melody. Ooh, nice. This is a more extended version of the melody. Rhythmic displacement, nice, with silence. Now we're bouncing back and forth between the dropping of the beat again and the melody. It's really cool, nice. Ooh, with those chords interrupting every once in a while. Man, this is really good use of silence over here. This is really, really good use of silence. So you can hear how the silence, when it happens, it sometimes is louder than the loudest instrument. This is really good use of silence. Let's see where it goes. Done 5 minutes or so. Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. Okay, so off the ramp we go. We bring now the new version. Oh, and we have a little bit of a call and response going over there. So we now bring this new version of the melody to a more extended version of the motif. And we have call and response. Call and response being a musical conversation, a back and forth. Of course, you heard it right now. We have the melody. When the melody stops, we had this secondary melody giving us a response. Very, very straightforward concept, especially when done as simple and straightforward over here. Let's see where it goes. And we have the chords keeping a very metronomic thing. Oh, there we go. We bring back the drums. And every once in a while, we are also getting a little bit of doubling from that same synth that gave us the response. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument or more than one layer playing the same thing at the same time. Let's see where it goes. Slowly building up again. Oh, we bring back the octave displacement. Bring back the octave displacement stuff. Oh, this is really cool. With a slightly different drums. Little brief moment off the ramp, where we bring things back and out and back in. Once again, we start obfuscating this back. We start scaling it back down to just the chords and the melody. Oh, we bring in a bit of distortion, and there we go. Ooh, new drop right there. Conceptually the same thing, we're just doing a more a more pronounced version of the whoop-whoopness. This is really good use of material, dude. This is really, really good. Let's see where it goes. Man! A risky amount of silence right there, but it worked so nice. Like, you completely turned off. You went for absolute silence for nearly half a second, which in music can be a very long time. Look at that. That was awesome. Let me hear it again. The whole thing went quiet. There we go. Second version of the melody. Or second variation of the melody. Going back and forth with the drums. Nice. Having a little whoop-whoopness going for it. Ooh, man, the use of silence here, like, it's getting very, very close. So silence is a very double-edged sword in music, and it's getting dangerously close to that point of when silence starts working against you. But, like, it's still really good. Holy shit. For Emily Rose, welcome today. How you doing? Man, this is really good. Let's see where it goes. So we have another drop in the climax over here. But we're still bringing back the melody, man. Oh, man. Okay, so once again off the ramp and... Second variation with the call and response. Basically repeating what we did before. Oh, yeah. Here's a thing doing good. I'm doing fantastic. Yes, thank you for asking. Okay, so something to note about me. So a little bit of parentheses. If you ask me... what is my favorite song that I've heard out of the LFAs? We are 500 LFAs in. And I have horrible memory. Like, Dunkel can attest to how bad my memory is. I have horrible memory. Like, we're talking... I don't even want to bring some of the more embarrassing things, but I once got lost in a studio apartment because I forgot where I was. That's how bad my memory can be. Like, it's embarrassingly bad. So, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I'm so gonna get Alzheimer's. If not that I have it already. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's see how this ends. What are the chances you remember any LFAs from 2 days ago? Nearly zero. And excuse, yes, I did forget where I was in a studio apartment. That's how I landed in the mental hospital when I had that moment. It was a very, very, very scary moment, and I landed in the mental hospital after that. So yeah, not my best moment, but it goes to show how bad my memory can really be. So yeah. Have you ever opened the fridge and then forgot why you opened it? Ironically, no. Ironically, like I can remember some things with like precision. Like in Hungary, we have something called the SAPE card, which is like a partial tax refund, kind of like food stamps kind of thing, but it's given to anyone who works. I remember the number of that. I know the number of that card by memory. I use it like once or twice a week, at most, and I remember the number. It's like I remember the name, the numbers on my on that. It's a debit card, and I know the number by memory, by heart. I know a good chunk of Mozart's Don Giovanni, the opera, by heart. I will forget your name, kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see where this goes. Let's see how it ends. So we simplify the drums. We're building up again. And there we go. One that's going of the snare. We tease that resolution, and we end this song with a little bit of echo over there, with a half cadence. So when you're making music, well, of course you're doing one of two things: you're building tension or you're resolving that tension. Point in between we usually call a cadence. And it means that you are resolving the tension to where you expect it to be. So if, for example, if we were to do right now C to G, so root to dominant back to root. Oh wait. Very nice and straightforward, right? Even if we add some bass. You know, like it sounds like you're creating expectation and the expectation resolves to where you expect it to go. However, the concept of the half cadence, that was my computer, sorry. Half cadence. Half cadence is when you create the tension, where you build up the tension and you deliberately do not resolve the tension, leaving it for the next part to be the resolution. So if we were to do this in the chord progression, and leaving it there so that the next chord in the next piece, the next section, or the next part can then resolve it. Of course, I have an example from my own music, so self-promotion time. Warning, these are orchestral melodic death metal, so it's very intense music, but if you're good with that, listen to my song Second Conquest by me, of course, available on all music platforms, and you will hear that the ending of the song ends in a half cadence. It ends suspended. It creates the expectation of a resolution, which is then resolved in the next song as we march. Also by myself. So if you listen to these songs back to back, Second Conquest ends with the half cadence that is then resolved in As We March, and we had something like that happen over here. We end the song with that little echoing out, and there you have it. And there you go. That was fun. That was a really, really good use of silence, dude. That was really, really good. So there you have it. That was Golden Haze, the full version by Detious. I don't know how to pronounce this. Featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-Friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which is not very likely, so I'm adding more to the thing, right? So if we somehow hit 10,000, I will, and on top of taking the fan fiction, I will also try a single video game voted by the community. Whatever y'all vote for, I will try out live on stream. Whatever game you want me to try, I will do this. On top of the fan fiction, of course, we also have a member who offered to do giveaways and Discord Nitro giveaway. We might do other giveaways, that kind of stuff. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no alt accounts, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share them with everybody. Use the hype function on YouTube as well. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does. Go link down below, go check out with them. So there's that. Artists, Detious, or any other artist on YouTube, I want to collab. I'm open for collaborations. Let me know if you want any of my musical skills, whether it is the guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, or regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, just let me know, reach out, and we'll make it work as much as possible. And if you're in the audience and you know any artist that could benefit from my skills, just let them know, reach out. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about it. Don't be a rat. Speaking of cool, members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you also get access to the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you are not on the live stream, check the pinned comment in the description. of the pinned comment in the pinned comment. Jesus, that brain. If you're on the stream, you can go ahead and start requesting. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you are not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. Both are linked down below. So if you live in Marcelandia and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to the Discord or Twitch. Both are linked down below. Showing in your local time zone has the schedule. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Of course I have a gaming channel. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after shows when they happen. They get recorded on the main channel, and then the after shows happen. They get recorded and sent to the gaming channel. Link down below, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Golden Haze, Detious, Geometry Dash. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.